He is the Tinfoil Chef, a man with a video love.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, I'll tell you what, there's been so doggone much rain lately. I tell you, it just kind of makes you wonder if maybe we ought to start building an ark or something like that. But actually, another couple of days and the worst of the rains should be over with in this area. And that's good. And so on. But you may recall, I have to say that the response on the last video when y'all was saying in the comments about cravings and whatnot, you guys had some interesting ones in there, I tell you what, and there was one or three that I didn't actually expect. You know, that was very interesting. I appreciate all your replies on that. That was great. Anyway, you recall a few videos back I was talking about a plan I had years ago back in 2009. And what with one thing and another, I didn't get very far very quickly. There was all kinds of real life things that was getting in the way of doing what I wanted to be doing and so on. And next thing you know, the Black Friday of poker comes along and just pulls the whole rug right out from under it. Well, the plan is on again, because I have spent a fair amount of time recently looking for an online poker site that will accept players from the US for cash money to play in cash games. I found one. It's called America's Card Room. It's a US facing site out of, I think it's out of Costa Rica or something like that. They accept players from the US. And yeah. And they also have the other thing that I needed for my plan to work. The site itself was one thing. The other thing I needed was for them to have free rolls. They have a fair number of free rolls. They've got one thing that's it's an on-demand free roll. Now this is a tournament where they put up a $10 prize pool, and I realized that a $10 prize pool doesn't go very far. And in fact, it only pays the top 10 finishers. But that's okay. And the neat thing about these on-demand free rolls is that as soon as one closes registration, a minute or two later they start registration for another one. There's always one going on. And that means there's like starting a new one every 35 or 45 minutes or so. That's great. And so I have created an account on that site. Now I will take 1 second here and emphasize that I have not, nor do I have any plans to make a deposit at that site. I can't afford to do that kind of thing. I've got too many things in my life now that need to be paid for. I've got to get, hey, how about this? I got to get my tires replaced. I got to get the graphics card taken care of. And here's a special one. This month, before the end of this month, I need to get my car registration updated for this year. And that's going to cost me 35 bucks. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. So, no, I didn't make a deposit. Ain't going to. But what I did do is I made an account, got the software, checked it out, and this is all after I spent a whole lot of Google time looking at reviews and complaints and positive things and negative things and so on, and come to the conclusion that it's actually a legit site, and most of the people saying negative things are butthurt people that don't know how to play poker. Yeah. Anyway, I've been playing in their free rolls, these on-demand free rolls. I've played in a bunch of them. And today, I had my best results yet. Now these free rolls, I have seen them have anywhere from around 400 to over 1,000 people in them. Now that's an awful lot of combination to get a small piece of a $10 prize pool. But I consider it to be good practice for larger tournaments. One in particular, in any event, had some very good results today. Entered one of those tournaments. A total of 634 people entered that tournament. And I finished in 7th place. Final table, baby. Yeah, made it. Got there. Finished in 7th. I would have finished higher if I hadn't made a mistake. I sincerely believe that there was one mistake in that last hand that basically I should have folded it instead of pursuing it as far as I did, and I probably would have finished higher. In any event, I did finish in 7th place, and since they pay the top 10 places, 7th is in the money. Now I'll grant you, it ain't much. My account now holds 75 cents. And I realize, big whoop, 75 cents. Okay, yeah. The idea is to play a whole bunch of these things, to get better, and in the process of doing that, to get better at playing these tournaments, and to continue learning more strategies and so on with poker, and online poker in particular, in this case, and win or place in more, to cash in more of these tournaments. Ideally to win, of course, because the number one prize in those is like $250. Again, not something to write home about, but it contributes to the plan. To keep doing that until the account, which I'm thinking of as the complete bankroll for the operation, reaches a point where there's $20, $30 in it. Or whatever I feel comfortable, whatever amount that I feel comfortable using some of it for the other part. Because that's when you go to the next step in the plan. This next step in the plan is to switch to the micro stakes tables. These are not tournaments, it's just an individual 6 or 9 seat table. Micro stakes, we're talking a $1 buy-in and 1 and 2 cent blinds. Really small scale here. But to work with those over time to build the bankroll some more. And when it's high enough, go to the next highest stakes up, and so on and so on. Next thing you know, I'm buying my way into the main event in 2017. I don't think there's any way that I could possibly manage to do it in time for this year. Of course, there is that other set of tournaments that theoretically could get me in there if I manage to finish first in the final, which I'm going to try very hard to do. But, there you go. The point is, I have satisfied myself once again. I am capable of doing this. I am capable of doing this. It can work, and it's going to. And sooner or later, you're going to see me playing in the main event. How about that? Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out.
Mr. TinFoilChef.